All right, we will move on to the regular agenda item number 21. This is the only item from the regular agenda we will do at this time. This is the resolution, Human Resources. This is adopt a resolution appointing Teresa Hitchcock as the County Executive Officer and authorize the Board Chair to sign the employment agreement. And I will turn this over to Craig.
We'll set up shop right here. This way you can see the immediate upgrade you're going to have. Just saying. Anyway, yeah, it's my honor and privilege to introduce this item to you. But I also want to start with something also very important, recognition of the work that your board has put in preparation, for the recruitment that's led to, bringing Teresa here to you today. Your board has taken the time to look at the organization, the culture of the organization, and make some changes. You've adopted the first ever strategic plan that Calaveras County's ever had. You've involved yourself in the governance workshop, which produced a handbook on how you're going to relate with one another, with staff. First time, your board has also introduced and passed a CEO ordinance, the first of its type for this, for this county, sending an important message of your desire for, for change and leadership and so forth. And also, very importantly, your board is also taking definitive action and continue to take definitive action in eliminating a structural deficit that had also, plagued the county. And with all that stuff pretty much done, that set the plate, if you will, for the recruitment that has taken place. We launched that in December. We closed the application period in mid-January. We had a 3-panel interview process of the top 5 candidates. From that came 2 candidates, of which Teresa was one. And I got to say, for anyone to get through that gauntlet, it was amazing. They had to go through, I think it was 4 sitting or retired county administrative officers. Are they technically competent to do the work? We had a 4-person or 5-person panel from the community. Are they going to fit well within the community of Calaveras? And then you had department heads. First time that's ever happened here. Department heads, 3 elected, 3 appointed, but also interviewed the candidates. And there was only 2 of those candidates of the 5 that made it to final interview with your board. And then after the grilling with the board, it was up to the board to determine not only general fitness, but more importantly, is the person the right fit, going to work best, with you and this individual. And that's what led to Teresa. Just for the public, just to fill in some blanks, she does hold a Bachelor of Arts degree majoring in political science and economics from CSU Bakersfield. She's had 22 years of experience, government experience in Kern County, from a departmental analyst to actually running their county airport. That happens every day. But she's also been an administrative analyst and deputy county administrator in the fiscal and policy world of the county administrator's office, and served as the assistant CAO of Kern County, and her focus has been on workforce and economic development for Kern County. And doing the backgrounds on Teresa, that's okay, I can call you Teresa, Ms. Hitchcock. We talked with her coworkers, her boss, and just others that work with her. And some of the things that were said of her repeatedly, they noted her integrity, her intelligence, her creativity, her good listening skills, her calm demeanor, and her ability to bring people together to achieve shared goals. We've talked about what I call the 3 C's: character, competence, and chemistry. And I think Teresa passes with flying colors in all of those departments, particularly as a person of character. So that's an amazing catch, for your board in this county. Her compensation package, I don't know that I need to detail that. That's in, in your agenda item. One thing I did want to note is that the initial term of the contract is for 5 years, and that is put there on purpose just to reinforce the desire of both parties for a long-term relationship. So with that, Mr. Chair, I think it's okay to give Teresa a chance to defend herself.
Absolutely. Take the microphone.
Well, thank you, Craig, for a wonderful introduction. Chairman Toffanelli, honorable members of the board, I just want to thank you all. This has been a wonderful experience here in Calaveras County so far. It's a beautiful county with a rich history, and I look forward to continuing on the great work that Craig has already started with the strategic plan and working with you all to implement that, and the department heads and all of the employees here to make sure that we are improving the quality of life here in Calaveras, and that everyone is benefiting from the great work that Craig has started and that you've all been working on. So thank you. It's, again, an honor and a privilege to be here.
Thank you, Teresa. And what I'm going to do here is, I have the resolution in front of me. I'm going to read the resolution down to the point where it's now therefore, and then after I read the whereases, we'll let public comment and staff if they want to speak, and we'll bring it back and vote, and let the board have comments. So the resolution appointing and establishing compensation of county executive officers, whereas the Board of Supervisors seeks to appoint a county executive officer, a CEO, and whereas the board wishes to enter into an employment agreement for county executive officer services, and whereas the Board of Supervisors proposes at $101.94 per hour, $101.94 per hour, and whereas the Board of Supervisors proposes a credit of seniority of 22 years, and whereas the Board of Supervisors proposes crediting 80 hours of vacation leave time upon start date, and whereas the Board of Supervisors proposes a vacation accrual rate of 160 hours annually, and whereas the board proposes a moving allowance of $10,000 lump sum payment. So is there any board comments, questions, acclamations? Supervisor Stopper.
It's a pleasure to have you here, Ms. Hitchcock. I just want to say we started setting the foundation this year, or this last year with Craig. We all made as a board a commitment to setting the foundation to make change and move forward more successfully. You know, as Mr. Pedro brought up, you went through a rigorous process. I'm very optimistic. You know, there was quite a few qualified candidates within that process, and it's good to see that, you know, you came through here clean to this point, and I look forward to the future. Thank you, Craig, for the process and everything you did to get us here.
Supervisor Garamendi.
Yeah, I want to echo what, thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you, Supervisor Stopper. I agree with you. I want to express my personal gratitude to Craig as well. When he came on board, this board made a commitment, and it's one thing for a politician to make a commitment, it's another for us to actually execute on it. And we held it together and we got it done. And I'm very proud of this board for that. I'm very grateful to our staff that worked not only on the strategic plan, but worked very hard on this hiring process. So we all worked on this as a team, and the community leaders and former CAOs. You brought everybody into the tent. And I think that, you know, what we started, we're bringing forward. And Teresa, I'm really excited to have you on board. I think I'm very impressed with your qualifications, and you did a great job. And you did run the gauntlet and made it all the way through. And that says a lot. We're a good county, but it's not always easy. But we like to do what we say we're going to do. And I think this board is committed to that. So, Craig, we'll thank you more thoroughly as your time wraps up. But I want to thank everybody who participated in this process across our county family to make this happen. And Teresa, welcome aboard.
Supervisor Pollendorf.
First, thank you, Craig, for getting us to this point, like everyone else has said, and staff, and welcome. I'm looking forward to working with you, and working through the strategic plan and all of the other projects that staff has come into the Board of Supervisors.
Supervisor Hubbard.
Yes, I just wanted to say welcome. Thank you so much for being here. And I hear that these guys are really good with helping to move. So.
Yeah, and I want to echo everything that's been said, and Teresa, welcome, and Craig, thank you very much for all the work you've done. It's kind of be going down, but I can't wait for March 25th to come and get you in the office. So. All right, we're going to open it up to public comment. Is there any public comments on this item? Bonnie Newman.
Now, don't get me wrong, I'm kind of an odd bird, but y'all heard of the book Dante's Inferno? On one of the portals of hell, it says, "Abandon hope, all ye who enter here." I always thought I'd bring a banner and stick it out there. But there are glimmers of hope occasionally when I come here and have to blurt out my guts. New faces, a glimmer of hope. Let's hold on to that glimmer of hope longer than we've held on to some of their glimmers of hope in the past. Please, thank you, welcome.
Al.
Allison Allen, Taxpayer Association. Big welcome, Teresa. And so sad you're leaving, Craig. You've done a good job for the county.
Any other public comments? Any staff comment? Marcos?
Good morning, Board. Marcos Munoz, Assistant CAO. I wanted to say welcome, Ms. Hitchcock, and I feel privileged and honored to serve under your leadership. I'm excited what the next several years hold for us, so thank you.
Good morning. Welcome. I'm Robert Packinger, Department of Public Works. I've been here for quite some time, and I think I've had on average maybe a new CAO maybe every other year, maybe every 2 years, and I'm looking forward to working with you, and I'll do everything that I can in my power to make sure that you stay for a long time. Thank you. I'd also like to thank you, Craig, for all the support. We did a lot of work together. It was a short, brief time, but I hope we had a lot of fun. Thank you very much for the support.
Judy Hawkins, HR Director. I can honestly say during the recruitment process, Craig and I kind of divided and conquered the references, and the amount of caring all of your references have for you was just overwhelming. I've never had anybody usually reference checks, they want to answer the questions quickly, get off the phone. I spent at least 45 minutes to an hour talking to each one of the references. They strongly respect you and are going to miss working for you. And John said he would come work for you. So, but no, I am looking forward to working with you, working for you, and so welcome.
Good morning, Teresa. I'm the Economic and Community Development Director, and knowing your background and actually having talked to you a few times during the COVID pandemic, I'm so thankful that you're here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking Calaveras on. And Craig, thank you for your service and your leadership.
Good morning, Chairman, members of the board. I'm Corey Allen, your Health and Human Services Agency Director. It's wonderful to meet you. I'm excited to be working under your leadership, and on behalf of the entire Health and Human Services Agency, we look forward to working with you.
Good morning, Kathy Gomes, Auditor Controller. I'd really like to thank supervisors and Craig for getting us to where we are, and I am very excited to be working with you in the future. Can't wait.
Good morning, Board. Craig and Teresa. Nancy Giddens, Calaveras County Library. I have been here just 7 years, but I too have seen many, many changes, and it's always very scary for me as a non-essential department to have a new CAO. So I was privileged to get to interview all of the candidates as I was one of the department heads on the panel, and it was wonderful to hear that Teresa is accustomed to partnering with libraries for different projects. And I've said to the board and I've said to others, the library doesn't bring in much revenue, but we bring in a lot of goodwill. And we, as you know, have really tried to serve our community, especially our families and our children, and to partner with everyone, every other department as well as we can. Example being right now, we're the warming center, and we're just happy to be able to serve our community in every way. So I'm very, very thrilled that you're here and looking very much forward to working with you. And I just have no words to thank Craig for all he's done to bring us to this point. All of us are better for having had you here. So thank you very much.
Nancy, you're an essential part of the team.
We don't want to hear that non-essential thing again about the library, Nancy.
Good morning. Jennifer Cashy, Director of Integrated Waste Management. First off, Craig, thank you so much for stepping in. You've just provided awesome leadership over the past 6 months, I think, about. You know, I think we can't all thank you enough for what you've done. It's been exponential. And welcome. I look forward to working with you, and everything I've heard is just wonderful, and I'm so optimistic. So welcome aboard.
Kim Craddock, Interim Chief of Probation. It's good to meet you, and I look forward to working with you in the future.
I just got scolded by the Chief Probation. Good morning, Sheriff DiBasilio. I want to say thank you, Craig, for what you've done for us in the short time you've been here. And Teresa, I've been in the county now 44 years, been with the Sheriff's Office for 20 years, and been the Sheriff for almost 7 years now. We've gone through 7 CAOs. So I'm hoping you stick around. If you don't, I know where you live. If I know where you're going to live, we will lock you in a closet and keep you around. I appreciate you coming up and filling some big shoes and continuing what Craig's doing. We appreciate it. And just remember, these 5 people on the board are very important to me, and they listen to everything that I say. So with that, welcome aboard. And thank you for the efforts that are going to be ahead of you. Thank you, Craig, also.
Thank you, Rick.
You're essential too, Rick.
Good morning. I did not have a staff announcement this morning, but next meeting I will. Good morning, Chair, honorable board members. I rushed over here. Welcome, Teresa, to our county. We're real excited to have you. We look forward to working with you. And thank you, Craig, for what you've done for us. Whew, I had to get my breath on. So I just wanted to come over here and wish you welcome, a very warm welcome. And again, Craig, thank you. And thank you, board.
Any other staff members or any other public comments?
There is one public comment online.
Okay.
Terry, you can go ahead and talk now.
Thank you. Good morning. This is Terry McBride, Calaveras County Committee Chair and Senator of New California State, and lifelong 5th-generational resident of Calaveras County, and I'd surely like to of course, the phone hasn't rang all morning. It rings now. I'd like to welcome you, Teresa. God bless you for taking this on. You are coming into an amazing county filled with amazing people, and I am quite sure you will do an amazing job. So thank you, and thank you, Craig, for all the work. I believe it was Craig, because everything is black now on my screen, for all the great work that you did in bringing her on board and everybody else that did. Thank you.
Thank you. No more? Okay, none in the room. We will bring it back to the board. Any other board comments? Hearing none, I'm open for a motion.
Supervisor Toffenali, I would be honored to make the motion.
Thank you, Mr. Stopper. Have a second?
Supervisor Toffenali, I would too be, I share the same honor, and I'll second it.
Supervisor Garamendi. We have a motion and a second, a call for a vote. Let's do this roll call vote. Robin, we want to do a roll call vote for us?
District 1? District 2?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Aye.
Aye.
District 3?
Aye.
District 4?
Aye.
District 5?
Aye.
Thank you. 5-0.
Passed 5-0. Now therefore be resolved that the Board of Supervisors, County of Calaveras hereby appoints Teresa Hitchcock as County Executive Officer and approves the above-mentioned salary and benefits pursuant to the Board's offer of employment. Now therefore be it further resolved that the Board of Supervisors, County of Calaveras hereby approves and authorizes the Chair to sign the employment agreement for the County Executive Officer Services. And welcome aboard.
Thank you all so much, and I'm going to try to live up to the standards that Craig has set. Clearly, he's done an outstanding job, and I hope to continue that work. So thank you, Craig. I really appreciate everything that you've done so far, and I will be picking your brain a lot.
Not much love.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you for lending her to us.
Drive safe.
Thank you.
Drive safe going home.